Hello everybody, it's Tom Sidener, the Lonely Gamer, and today I'm going to talk about one of my favorite things and one of the most frustrating things in my life, which is these Mega Construx Heroes figures. Now, I'm a huge fan of Masters of the Universe. I played with Masters of the Universe toys when I was actually fairly old. I was actually pretty old when they came out, and I secretly bought them, and I secretly, played with them, even though I was quite older than you probably should be to play with this type of toys. But I always thought the concept of Masters of the Universe was amazing. They kind of took something from nothing and made, an entire story and a world out of it, and the figures were cool. At the time, all figures were kind of skinny and small and everything, and they made huge, beefy figures, and they were really enjoyable to look at and to play with, and the themes were great, and I loved it. I've loved them since the first day I saw them in a, I think it was a Sears store. I think I was walking through Sears, and I happened to walk past the toy aisle, and I saw Skeletor hanging there, and ever since that day, I've just been completely, enamored with the Masters of the Universe figures. So, it was kind of interesting that a couple years ago I was walking through a Walmart and I had no idea that this was a thing, and I saw on the shelf there was a He-Man and Skeletor Mega Construx Hero figures. It just blew my mind. I was like, this is amazing. These are great, and the price point on these were $5. So I thought to myself, this is excellent. This is an excellent way for me to get back into collecting Masters of the Universe. For a $5 price point, I'll pick up every one of these that comes out. I'll display them. I'll buy one to keep in the package and one to display. And it was wonderful until the next wave came out. And then when the next wave came out, I saw the big problem behind these figures. The big problem is that distribution from Mega Construx, which I do believe is a Mattel property. Guys, in the comments below, if that's not correct, let me know, but I'm pretty sure these are made by Mattel. The distribution of these figures is absolutely horrible. Absolutely horrible. The bane of my existence now is trying to find these figures. Like I said, I stumbled on to the original figures, the He-Man and the Skeletor figures. I stumbled onto those. I bought them, and since then, my life has been primarily in torment trying to collect these figures. For Christmas, my wife, she bought me this amazing display case for these figures. The display case is made by Jack Cube. It's a beautiful display case. It has blocks built in that you can click the figures to. The top is removable, so you can show people your figures if you like, and it's got a nice faux leather thing around the bottom, which just gives it a really nice look. Keeps the dust off my figures. One of the things in our house is we fight dust all the time. We live in the Midwest where there's a lot of dust, and so this keeps the dust off my figures, and it's a wonderful way to show my figures. So when I got this, I was very excited. I was like, oh, I'm going to get all these figures, and I'm going to put them in this case and show them off to everybody, and that was cool. But what wasn't cool is the next wave of figures, which the next wave of figures was the Teela and the Beastman figures. To be honest with you, I went to Walmart every day for months and months and months trying to find the Teela and the Beastman figures. And to be honest with you, I was seeing them for sale on eBay and Amazon, but not for the $4.99 retail price tag. You're talking $15 to $18 a piece on the secondary market. I went to Mega Construx website. They have a really nice website where you can see all the figures. You can see future figures that are coming out. There's a button on there that says, want to buy these? Yes, I do. Click on the button and it tells you can find these at Walmart and Amazon. Well, you can't find them at Walmart in the store because they're completely sold out as soon as they come in, because they're getting purchased by the scalpers that go in to buy them to sell them for 4 times the price online. And you can't find them on Amazon because the ones on Amazon are 4 times the price online. So I was very lucky. I did happen to find the Teela and the Beastman at Five Below. And so that's another store that is hit and miss on getting these figures, but Five Below, as we all know, they sell things that are pretty much out of print or on their way out, and so I just happened to catch these as they were going out and they were liquidating before they brought out the new ones, and I managed to get them for $5 a piece. So I find it really invigorating when I find these for actual retail price, but that is not always the case. I have actually been looking for Evelyn and Man-at-Arms for probably about 6 months now. They've been out for a while. I finally broke down and I bought these on the secondary market. Of course, I only have one copy because I just can't bring myself to pay twice the amount, and that's what these were for them if I'm going to just keep a copy in the thing. So these are actually going to get opened and put into my display. But I did pay $10 a piece for these, so that's double the retail price. Now, I really, as a collector, and I've been a collector for many years of many things, I do understand that if you're collecting something and you get in late after the print runs are done, then you should expect to pay probably double for the item because you weren't there in the beginning and you didn't pick it up when it first came out. The problem is there is no way to collect these and get them ahead of time. In fact, the next wave of these are already out, have just come out at the beginning of July. I pre-ordered them 2 months ago from Amazon at retail price. That was the Stratos and the Scareglow. I just got a notification from Amazon that they're not going to be available, and I might be able to get them in September. I did go ahead and say keep my order on file because I want them, but now for something that I thought that I was going to be able to just pre-order and get, now I'm going to have to hit the stores again, constantly go back. And let me tell you something, during the non-Christmas season, Walmart doesn't restock this thing very much. You can go to Walmart and you can see these figures like on the pegs, 1 or 2, mostly the figures that nobody wanted. Now I do appreciate a couple things that Mega Construx has done. They did come out with I think it was a 5-pack of the original 5 figures. That was Heman, Skeletor, Teela, Faker, and Beastman that you could buy for about 20 bucks, and those were readily available, and I think they still are readily available. So if you didn't catch the first wave, you can get them that way, and you can get them for a reasonable price. So that's good, but by the time that came out, I'd already managed to get all of these figures. So maybe I just need to be a little more patient, but there's no guarantee that Mega Construx is going to come out with another pack that has the next 5 figures. It would be really nice, but there's no guarantee, and I really want to get these figures because now I'm in the mode of collecting them and want to have each one of them. Even if I can only get one of each, I would be happy. The one thing that makes me sad, and this has made me sad since I started collecting toys, I started collecting G.I. Joes 20 years ago. I've collected He-Man, I've collected a lot of different toys over the years, and the one thing that's always made me sad is the bulk of people buying these things at Walmart and other retail locations are scalpers. They're buying them just so they can turn around and sell them. It makes me really sad because I wish they would leave some of these for people who actually want them. I mean, there's a lot of people out there who are not buying them, me included, are not buying these to resell them, to make a profit off of them. I just want to collect them. Or at least if Mega Construx would do something like Mattel did with the He-Man Classic figures, where they said, hey, there's a subscription. You can pay a monthly fee, and every month we will send you these. And I would more than happily pay for a subscription service to actually get these figures when they come out, just so I can have them, not so that I can resell them. Limit it to 1 character per person with the subscription. I would love that. I would go for that, a million times over. But they just don't offer that. Another thing is kind of the spotty distribution system that these have. I found them at Walmart, and like I said, I found them at Five Below. Target has Mega Construx Halo figures, but they don't carry the Heroes line. Myers carries Mega Construx box sets, but not the Heroes line. Toys R Us in our area is just gone, so you can't get them there. Sometimes you'll actually find these in a Walgreens or a Dollar General, but there's just no rhyme or reason to how these things show up there. Mega Construx does not sell them through their website, and Amazon sells them, but almost 90% of the ones that Amazon are selling are through third parties who are just scalping them. And then I actually bought these two for $10 a piece, which I thought was pretty reasonable because it did have free shipping, so I figure I kind of paid about $7 a piece. So that's only $2 over retail from a very nice person on eBay. So these can be, sometimes you can actually find somebody on eBay who's not sticking it to you, and you can get them. But you know, I wouldn't want to buy, you know, several of these at that price, because I just know, you know, like I know these are $4.99 is the retail price on these, and so I like to buy things at retail if I'm trying to buy them when they come out, not, you know, way after the fact. But I do want to say that these are some of the most amazing figures that I've ever seen for tiny figures. Now, when you go to Walmart, you have an entire aisle of Legos, and Legos is huge, but the Lego people, I mean, don't get me wrong, some people love Lego. I'm not a huge fan. The Lego people don't look like people. They look like a block with a head on it. These things are amazing. They actually look like the characters. They're highly articulated. The face sculpts are dead on. I mean, even though they're tiny, they really, really incorporate all the different, you know, armor like we've got here, and things, you know, and little intricate details on the figure. They're just amazing. These blow Lego out of the water. In fact, I actually think that Mega Construx could really give Lego a run for their money if their distribution systems weren't so terrible. I mean, when you got like a little section in Walmart, this small, you know, 2-foot section in Walmart of Mega Construx, and then you've got the entire aisle of Lego items. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't even buy these if they were Lego. If there was Lego He-Man with the little Lego figures, I don't like the Lego figures. They don't look like the actual He-Man figures. In fact, the Star Wars figures don't look like the Star Wars figures, so I wouldn't buy them. So I buy these because they're high quality, they look really good, they're amazing to display, and they're something that I think that I could actually hand down to my kids. But the thing is, it's really hard to get them. So if you guys are into these, I really don't have any solutions for you for how to get these, you know, for a reasonable price. Just keep looking, keep looking, keep looking. I go to Walmart all the time. If I ever see them for sale in my Walmart, I'll post in the comments of this video and say, hey, they've got them here. But I live in Springfield, Illinois, so that's going to be very limited to people. If people want to post comments, if they see these for retail for other people, then that would be great for other collectors. I think collectors have to kind of work together to kind of help other collectors find these things at a reasonable price, because there are a lot of scalpers out there and they will try to take advantage of you. $20 for these figures is absolutely insane. If you know, you should be getting them for $5. And hopefully, if enough collectors start collecting these, hopefully Mega Construx will maybe have some kind of pre-order or subscription, or at least just sell them on their website when they come out. I mean, nobody's asking you to stock 1 million of these. Just have a few for sale on your website so that people who are collectors can get on there as soon as you announce them. They can order them. They can get them for a reasonable price. But if you guys are into He-Man, I highly recommend these figures. They're amazing. They just announced the Castle Grayskull, which comes with some exclusive figures. And the Castle Grayskull is beautiful and amazing. It is kind of pricey. It's about $250. I'd love to have one, but I just can't bring myself to spend that kind of money right now. You know, these are fun things, and we have life things that have to be paid for, so I would love to have one, but right now it's not in the budget, but we'll see in the future. I've got a birthday coming up, and there's always Christmas, stuff like that. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys, if you enjoy Masters of the Universe, I hope you guys buy these, because I would like them to continue to bring these out. They're bringing out about 2 to 3 figures every 3 to 4 months, which is awesome. There's new figures on the way that look really good, the Stratos and the Scareglow, and I'd like to see more and more of these, but I would also love to see something in the way of a better distribution network for these figures, because it is really, really, really frustrating to collect these figures. If you guys are collecting these figures and you see the same frustrations that I have run across, please post that in the comment below. If you feel like you've had no problem getting these figures and you can find them pretty readily available, please post in the comments below and say where you're finding these for other collectors. If you have any questions about these figures, as from the ones that I do have, please post. If you have any questions about this little display case, post that as well. If you guys wouldn't mind, if you like this video and want to see more videos about toys, camping, board games, stuff like that, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification button so that you'll get notified when I make a new video. And hang in there, because I'm going to be coming to you with a lot more videos in the next few months, and a lot of stuff that I hope you'll find interesting. So until I see you guys again, I'm Tom Sidener, and happy toy collecting.